Hey Dom, that fifth goal at the end of the first period there, was that the nicest goal you've ever scored?
Oh, it was it's up there for sure, especially here in Grand Rapids.
Yep. You guys had a really big turnaround after last night's loss. You came out firing, but what was your mindset in the first intermission after you ride a high like that with 5 goals in the opening frame?
We kind of just, we went in the locker room, kind of just said forget it. Obviously it was a lot of fun, but we kind of tried to forget it and just play like the next two periods where we were down or tied or something like that, just to try to keep a good pace going.
You're on a line tonight with Tyler Spezia and Luke Witkowski, high energy, real high intensity, and you're in the face of the IceHogs all night. Were you on the second half of a back to back? Were you really expecting a physical battle?
Yeah, we were. Obviously we were a little upset we lost last night, so I knew we were going to come out with some energy tonight. And obviously, Witter is a big help on the forecheck, so it was a lot of fun playing with those guys.
Thanks, Dom.
Yep, thank you.
Next up, Patrick Williams from the AHL.com.
Yes, Dom, was anything said last night or before tonight by coach kind of just reminding you or getting the team kind of back on the right page after a tough loss last night?
Yeah, absolutely. We were kind of hanging our heads yesterday. Obviously, we felt pretty disappointed. He kind of came in and said, like, we got to be thankful for, being able to play hockey for a living and, just come in and have some fun tonight and come out with some energy. And that's what the guys did. I thought they responded really well.
Thank you.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi.
So, as you've played more games here in North America and that we're seeing you get more comfortable in your role and get more minutes as a result, and with that last goal, that sixth goal, it was a result of some pretty passing there. Talk about how you've kind of worked with the chemistry with some of your line mates like Kyle Criscuolo and Taro Hirose.
Yeah, they're skilled players, so it's pretty easy to play with them. We like to have the puck and make plays and take the puck to net. So I think the few games we have played together, we have played really good.
Mentally, how do you not sit back or get complacent when you have a 5-goal lead after just one period?
I know it's pretty like you don't score 5 goals every period, so it's all like kind of weird. But we just in the locker room try to keep up and win the next period and just working easy plays, take the puck deep and make the D work.
All right, you're 19 games into the season. You haven't taken any penalties yet. Is this focus of your game, or are you just generally a nice guy?
I don't know. I think I'm just a nice guy. I'm trying to just have the puck so much as possible, and I don't know. I hope it's I'm better on the ice than in the penalty box.
Thanks, Jonathan.
You.
Next up, Patrick Williams from the AHL.com.
Yes, Jonathan. After a tough loss last night, was anything said by coach to kind of refocus the club and get them ready for tonight?
I think Ben told us that we played pretty good last game, but we got some bad bounces and to score a couple of goals. So he just said to us to keep having fun and work, and we will have a good chance to win.
Hi, Kyle. What do you think is clicking for you this season? You're rocking over a point per game, and you have 3 power play points in the past 3 games.
I think just trying to keep it simple, playing with a lot of good players. Been with Hirose for pretty much every game this season, so we have some good chemistry, and we seem to find each other well out there. And I've had Barber and Berggren tonight in the last 2 games for Berggren, and I think we kind of know where each other have been, especially Hirose. We've played together the last 2 seasons, so just having that chemistry and kind of having a sixth sense a little bit about where we're going to be on the ice.
Yeah, and what do you think the difference was tonight compared to last night's game? You guys really definitely came out on fire tonight.
Yeah, I think just the energy. Even last night I thought we had a good first period, but there was a bit of a lull after that. And I think tonight we stuck with it, kept our foot on the gas, and had some big penalty kills, which definitely propelled us throughout the rest of the game.
There was a couple 3-on-1 breakaways, and then also great usage of the boards behind the net from everyone tonight. Is that something that you guys have been practicing a lot coming into this game?
I think we're just trying to get more pucks to the net overall, and we've talked about it. The boards are pretty lively in a couple of the rinks that we've been playing at, so we've just been harping on getting pucks to the net, and good things happen. There's some funny bounces, and tonight we were the benefactor.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next up, Patrick Williams, theAHL.com.
Yes, Kyle, after a tough loss last night, was there anything that Ben said either after the game or, before tonight's game to kind of refocus things and get, obviously get you on track for tonight?
More than anything, he just wanted us to have fun. I think we were starting to grip our sticks a little bit tight after a couple losses there. And, we have the horses in the locker room, so he just wanted us to enjoy it and work hard. And, he told us the results will come as long as we're, giving it everything we got and sticking together.
Great. Thank you.
Next up, Andrew Rinaldi, Field Pass Hockey.
Kyle, speaking on that sixth sense a little bit, what exactly did you see on that sixth goal where you got the puck from Taro and you seem to find Jonathan, the eyes in the back of your head?
Yeah. So me and Bergie both came off the bench together, and I was calling for the puck and Bergie was also calling for it. So I knew he was there. Just tried to drag it over as much as I could and kind of leave it for him. But yeah, the talk has been huge for us, especially tonight, just, communicating on the ice. I think our line did it well tonight. So, I didn't actually look and see exactly where I was, but I could kind of feel him, he's calling for it. So.
So this week you had a couple of games called up to the Red Wings, and you made your debut this season on Wednesday against the Kraken. How did it feel to skate in front of the fans at the LCA, and what would the coaching staff say on your way back to Grand Rapids?
I was pleasantly surprised with the fan base in Detroit right now. I've seen it, in some interviews after their games, the guys talking about it, but until you're there, it you don't really, get the sense that it's a rockin', but it surely was. And, I thought I did a good job. I, was able to step in and just keep working and, take it one day at a time. Don't think too much about it and help the team win down here.
All right. And you coming up, you got a couple tough road games going to Cleveland and then over to Manitoba. What's the message in the locker room to kind of grab some points and climb up the standings a little bit here?
Just keep focusing on the special teams and stick together. Like I said, we have the players. We just got to play the right way and play 60 minutes. I think we did a good job of that tonight. Bit of a lull there in the second again, but, we responded and did a good job on special teams, and that kind of, was the difference.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach. What do you think the difference was for the team tonight compared to last night?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't think a lot. I thought we played pretty hard last night, and we generated, according to our records, 22 chances, 11 grade A chances, and we just didn't bear down and execute and capitalize on our opportunities.
And how do you think the guys utilized the space around the net tonight, especially off the boards behind the net?
Well, that I assume you're talking about that first power play goal where Karam's off the end boards and comes back. Fortunate bounce for us, but we put up 41 shots the other night, not as much tonight, but that was one of our focuses, is to start generating more shots and more traffic at the net front. I thought the guys did a pretty good job in both games this weekend.
Yeah, and then just quickly on Kyle Criscuolo, he's got 3 power play points in the past 3 games, and he's riding over a point per game this season. What do you think is clicking for him? He did mention chemistry on the team. Do you think that's also the case?
Well, I think chemistry is a big thing when you're playing with the same guys a little bit more consistently, which we haven't had a ton of. But I think for Kyle, you're seeing a little bit of the fruits of his labor. The kid works extremely hard. He's very detailed in his game, and he's a pro. So it's great to see a guy like that get rewarded.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next up, Andrew Rinaldi, Field Pass Hockey.
Coach, that first period couldn't have been any better for you guys, but mentally, how do you keep your focus in the first intermission and stick to your game plan, and then close out in the third after they get a couple goals on you.
Well, yeah, absolutely great start. 5 goals in the first period is it's a great accomplishment. And we went through the same thing. That was what we talked about after the first period. We had a really good first period on Friday, and then the second period we came out, we're a little bit flat, and we kind of did the same thing in the second tonight. So it's human nature to kind of let off the gas and play a little bit more reserved. And I thought we did that in the second period a little bit, got away from what got us to that 5-0 lead. And let's be honest, I think that Delia, their goalie, had an off night. He was fantastic the first night. He was a little bit off tonight. So I think it's a combination of that and our guys actually getting more pucks and being more net focused and having more of an attack mentality.
Riley Barber was a bit of a surprise scratch tonight. What conversations have you had with him about his game, and what does he need to do to bring that game back on track to the level that you expect?
I think Riley Barber's a fantastic hockey player, and I think he's a fantastic person. He was in the lineup tonight, and that's stuff that'll stay between me and him.
Okay. And a guy who was on the ice tonight, Dominic Shine, has just been a real motor for this team and a real leader by example on the ice. Do you been any happier for a player unlike him to score a highlight reel goal like that?
Well, Shiner's, he does a little bit of everything, and he's a guy you root for because he's always been an underdog coming out of college. He's a fantastic college player, had 20 goals his senior year, and since the first day he's come through, he's found a way to survive. He's found a way to establish himself as an effective player in this league. He's grown into more of a role as the years have come. And the kid works his ass off, and I can't be happier for a guy like that to be rewarded. So I think you're just seeing, finally getting rewarded for all the hard work. But after that goal, the bench was hooting and hollering, and couldn't happen to a person that's worked as hard as he has.
And so, again, kind of coming a bit off the ice here, this week, there's just been so many postponements and positive cases piling up in this league. Is this something that's going to be a bigger concern for you guys going forward? And kind of what conversations have you had with staff and players regarding some of the statements about the league and like gatherings during the holidays and everything?
Yeah, well, the AHL recently came out with some updated suggestions, guidelines, regarding protocols. And for us, it's nothing really changes. Even if you're fully vaccinated, like all of our players and staff are, there's still a chance that you can contract this virus. So it's really just using common sense and being as smart as possible to not put yourself in situations to expose yourself to contracting this. So it's tough. There's no rhyme or reason as to how you get this. So it's just making smart decisions and making sure that you're not putting yourself in compromising spots.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Finish up with Patrick Williams, theAHL.com.
Yeah, just one for me, Ben. Obviously last night was a tough loss. Was there anything that you said message-wise coming into tonight to try to refocus them and get them back on track?
Well, yeah. We had lost before tonight a few games in a row, and go back a few games to Chicago where we gave up a 2 or 3 goal lead late in the game, and then we go to Chicago, we lose there, and they were playing 3-3. We didn't take advantage of the schedule, and then last night had a really good first, and we let the gas off, took the foot off the gas, and the message was not to get frustrated. Like, go out there and have fun. It's a Saturday night, Grand Rapids. You guys have been working extremely hard. You can't be too focused on the negatives. Go out there, compete, play together, and just go have fun. Like, at the end of the day, like when you lose games, you get frustrated. Things can start to fester. So I think it's just important that you don't dwell on your failures and you don't rest on your laurels. And I think that our guys did a good job of, living in the moment and taking it period and shift by shift.